Welcome to the Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Do we have new music?
No, that was just the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So I like how
She immediately uses
Amy
the
uses
coaster.
the coaster. No one uses the
No,
coaster.
you don't have to, but
Now I
we
feel the
we
pressure.
leave
I
them
know.
there.
No, we just leave them there because
That's Tab made those coasters
Tab
for
made
us.
them, and then you're the second.
nice.
We've
Yeah.
had them for a while.
Yeah.
You're the second guests that use them. So, well, we have guests today.
Yay.
Yay! Jess is here from the Piecefulproject.com.
Yep.
Amy's here from the McHenry Chamber.
Correct.
Oh,
Yay.
amazing. I got that right. Can you believe it? I don't even have my glasses on looking at my notes yet. That was pretty good. Jess reached out to us and said, hey, I'm really, really funny. Can I come on and be your friend? I said, absolutely.
Absolutely. We always love
And then
making
she said,
new
can I bring my
friends.
friend Amy? I said, absolutely.
Yes.
I think you said I
Thank
could
you.
bring as many people as I wanted, up
Yeah.
to 4. And I was like,
Well,
so
I said you can bring
one.
as many people as you want, but we only have 4 microphones.
Yeah.
So we've
Gotcha.
had a living room filled with people
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
And everyone, take turns or whatever.
It
Someone
gets a
will
little
listen, but
chaotic.
It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun. But
yeah.
yeah, this will be good. We like this. So please tell us all about you.
Yeah, so I'm Jess Stetson, she, her. I own the Pieceful Project, and the Peaceful Project has been around for, in some name or another, for about a year and a half. And I've been doing a lot of online. And I had always toyed with this dream of like, what if I go and I do retail, which most people would roll their eyes at for understandable reasons. But I have this very romantic vision of when I was like 6 working at my grandmother's farmer's market.
I was going to say romance about
Yeah.
retail. I'm not real
Yeah.
sure about that, but okay.
Yeah.
Stocking
Closer to-
corn and
Yeah.
going ahead and, putting cider in a jug. That's what I started doing. So, after a while, I was like, maybe I can do this in a brick and mortar way, and I can kind of do it in what I call a non-sweaty boy way, because what I do is Legos, puzzles, and board games.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's full of sweaty boys, right? And so I wanted to do this brick and mortar thing, and the Chamber has a great program where they have a retail incubator at the McHenry Chamber of Commerce. And so you apply. I applied. I got in, which was just wild to me that they were going to let me do this. And then I decided to open not 1, but 2 retail locations with essentially no experience whatsoever.
And
At the
you're in
same time.
McHenry and
Yeah.
Cary, right?
McHenry and in Cary, we're opening in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
so-
So tell us about the incubator program.
Yeah.
Unless we want Amy to introduce yourself real quick, and then we can chat a little bit about it. Please.
Sure.
That'd be
I'm
great.
Amy Humbrocht. I'm the Director of Chamber Outreach and Economic Growth for the McHenry Chamber.
Oh, we got to
what that
behave ourselves today.
Yeah, I know.
Right, it's
Are you hearing
quite
this?
a title. So I recruit new members for the chamber, but then where I was hired almost 2 years ago was to be the retail or the McHenry Riverwalk shops manager.
Oh, incredible.
It's funny that was a 20-hour position back then, and it grew and grew and
Yes.
grew. My background is in retail, 30 years of retail, so I very much enjoy listening to your
Oh, fun.
podcast.
Yes.
thanks.
It's like I can relate in a lot of different ways there too. But we started this. We're on our 2nd season already. We actually built the shops last year, so it was
Yes.
the biggest community project of 2023 for McHenry. And we put out the applications to see what came forth. The first year we had 17 applications. The second year we had 29 applications.
Wow.
Good.
And season 3 is actually going to be coming out next month.
And how many applications did you have?
It's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that will be
wow.
coming soon. So this is a way.
How many shops is there total?
There's 10. There's
Okay.
5 12 by 12s. That's 144 square feet. And then there are 5 12 by 16s, which is 192.
Nice.
Yeah. They're cool. We shopped
Yeah.
them. We shopped
Yeah.
them. They're very, very cool.
Yeah.
Can you share the address of the shops so people that
Sure,
listen
yes,
can come
it's
visit?
1202 Riverside Drive in McHenry.
Okay.
Amazing. Wow.
And we're open Friday through Sunday during peak retail shopping hours.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 10 to 4.
And is it year round?
No.
Okay. I feel
So-
like there was some winter times there too. Was it like a
Well,
holiday
a little
theme?
bit. This last year when we built them, it was actually July till the end of December.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then and we did rent them out just as pop-ups for the Shamrocks the Fox.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
That's what it
And
was.
we love doing
Yes.
that, so that's why we
Yes.
saw them. Okay.
And then we just started on May 3rd again for the second season.
Nice.
And it'll run till December 29th.
So you have applicants, so it changes over every season. owners
does.
change
Yep.
over. Have you had the same though from season to season?
We've had
Anybody?
3 that returned from season 1 to season 2.
Oh, good.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
amazing! And can you share some of the guidelines on it? And then I want to hear like how it is to be the applicant. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so the application is pretty, simple. We look for passion because
Yeah.
you can't teach passion. It's something that
Right.
they have within, but you don't want to share your whole deep dark,
Sure,
story and everything
sure.
too. But you're saying having an idea, actually showing and having the physical product or pictures is important to be able to have. We're looking for things that McHenry doesn't have or the area that we may need. Like this year, I
sure.
felt like we needed a toy store and then
Yeah.
we needed a wine shop. And we
Nice.
got both of those.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's so many different factors there, but it could be someone like Jess that's new to retail and wants to try out and see if she even likes retail.
Yeah.
Or it's a couple of our places, they have other permanent locations like brick and mortar, but it's the way they're testing out the McHenry market
Okay.
too. So there's some different factors of why people apply or that
Yeah.
are trying it.
What an
Oh, that's
incredible
so cool.
program.
Yeah.
Very cool. So
I love
as
that.
the applicant, how is it to apply and what did you do to create your deck or whatever your sales tactic?
Yeah, so a lot of panic went into it to
Yes,
start.
yeah,
I was really
sweat,
fueled by that. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting experience because I've spent the majority of my 15 years professional as a salesperson in tech sales, right? So I'm like a tech bro, but not. And for me, it was just like, okay, I know what I need to do in order to sell a piece of software. Like, how do I sell myself, but not myself, right? Like my
Right.
idea. And so I really wanted to go in and tell the story of like, I think that there's a bigger market for people to jump in, understand, learn, love Lego and puzzles and games. Lego and games especially can be really freaking scary for a lot
Yeah.
of people, right? So how can we do it in a way that makes sense where more people who are not just a dude will come and they'll embrace it. My mom is a really good example. She never wanted to do Legos in her life. She would watch me do it. She's like, what the hell are you doing? And now she has more Lego sets than I do.
Oh, wow.
And I own a Lego store, right? So we knew that there was a market there. And I thought to myself, well, if I can find something, if I can get the confidence, that's really just what I need.
Sure.
So
you had the concept.
I had the concept, yep. And it just you need baby bird out of the nest, right? Like I just
Yes.
needed a big shove. And I got a big shove because I don't even remember where I saw it, but they were accepting applications for this thing. I think I literally saw it on October 22nd. And I think the due date was like the
November 1st.
November 1st, right? And I was turning 40 on November 5th. So I was like, this is great. I'm going to ship this and then we'll see what happens. Off
Sure.
it goes. And yeah, I applied, I panicked, put it together. I read through it several times and I sent it off. And then very surprisingly, for me at least, heard from Amy and from Molly as well to say, hey, we'd love you to come in and pitch us.
Yeah.
So I spent some time then going through and really refining that story. I had a really stupid name to start because my son, he's 7 now, he used to say he was from Salander. That's where he was born. And so I just called it Salander Bricks. And I was like, well, that's never going to fly, right?
I was
Yeah.
confused.
Yes,
but I'm not
everybody
a
was.
Lego person. Molly understood it.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. So I rebranded as the Pieceful Project. It was like one of my, light
And
bulb
spell
ideas.
peaceful.
Piece.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, like
okay.
pieces.
Yes. I like to
Peaceful
tell people we
project.
don't discriminate against pieces. So if it has pieces, it's allowed in my store.
Nice.
Yes,
Yes.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
Just so people can look it up while
Yes,
they're listening.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Amy and Molly were both very happy to see that I had decided to not go with the hard to spell, hard to pronounce, and hard to understand.
I feel like I find that with ours, with the Clopen. Like some people will be like, "What's the Clopen?
The Clopen.
What's the Clopen?"
I'm like, if it was Clopen, it'd have 2 P's.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we always have to kind of, and then once we say it's close open, like it's Clopen,
And then they're like,
it's a
oh.
especially if
I
they work
remember that.
retail. Yeah.
Clopener.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
having a Clopen,
Yeah.
having
Oh
a
my gosh, I just
Clopener.
got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. A lot of
Yeah.
people do. So sometimes I wonder about that, like if we would have
Yeah.
changed it, but I still,
I love it.
and I love your name too, and
Thank you.
McHenry Chamber.
I just
is
had somebody
amazing.
the other day say I worked a Clopen, and I was like, "Oh, Clopen," showed him my tattoo, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
So what do you? I know you said you look for charisma and what they bring. What else do you look for? Like, are you on the board? Do they say, "Well, we're really looking for this, this, and this. Let's see what we can do in these 10 buildings."
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
been
share
more
that?
of a committee that
Okay.
work, retail owners already and getting ideas of what you're looking for, or maybe you're out on vacation, you find this great concept, and then we very much open to different ideas. We go out recruiting too to see, like in the fall time, because it'll be the applications will be open August 15th through November 1st, so it's a wide range. There, people come in, people ask questions and everything too. As just put your applications the best as you can there, show your passion. It's not a race to get it done. I suggest going to the Small Business Development Center and doing your, it's free to do your business plan and just do it
cool.
right as
Yeah.
opposed to fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Small Business Center is really, really good too. Mark Picos over there helped me a lot when I was trying to
Tell us
figure out
about
what's
that a
going
little
on.
bit, if you don't mind. Amy, you want to tell us
part
about
of
it?
it was part of the Shaw Center, or it is the Shaw Center, which is part of MCC.
Okay.
I know that the building is being sold right now, so I'm not sure what that means, if we're going to still have the SBDC, I think it's
Okay.
those are the initials. Or it might be to Aurora or something like that there. But it is free to small businesses to be able to come in there and book a appointment with them and, then do your business plan, because sometimes if you're doing business loans or things like that, you have to have a business plan, or if you're presenting it there.
That's
and
so
Jess might be
cool.
able to speak
Yeah,
more
they
about
have
it.
a lot of classes and stuff like that. So the process for me was, okay, maybe I'm going to do this thing 4 days before the due date. And so I had to get on Mark's calendar. I had a preliminary call with him. And then once you have the preliminary call, they have calls about, or they have classes in person or virtual. Do you want to do a business plan? Do you want to talk about finances, income tax, state tax, like all of these things? And it's a really nice way to have all of that together. And the nice part is Mark is great. And so, when I call him or text him and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, he will walk me through and he'll give me little tidbits that I never would have thought of as a small business owner, right?
Can we
But he
get
also has
him on here? Because I
Mark
feel like
Picos? I'm
he's
sure
very
he will.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a
and
lot of
he's a
people
whole
that
bunch of
listen
fun.
that would
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
start,
Yeah.
a new business, and they're just afraid, like
Right.
you said,
Yeah.
the bird out of the
Right.
nest, baby bird. So
Well, it's not like they teach you it in school, any sort of financing or doing your
Right.
taxes
Listen,
or
I
anything
can still
like
balance
that.
a checkbook really, really well.
Yeah,
okay? It's
yay.
super useful at this
yeah,
point.
my
So you-
husband's the only one that does that.
you were just laughing at me because I don't like debit cards, so I actually have to
Yes.
write out a check to go get cash at the bank
Oh
when I
my
need it for the weekend. And
gosh.
she's like, "Well, I'm afraid of debit cards. I have credit cards.
Yeah.
I don't like debit cards. I'm just afraid of them.
You're
So
so
I still
funny.
have to write paper checks. It's crazy. Everyone's rolling their eyes right now.
I'm
sure
waiting
that's
to see
listening.
when they're like, yeah, we don't accept those anymore. Grow up.
They always ask me, "Do you want to open a debit card?" I'm like, "Not today. Do I
No.
have to?"
Like I have one, I just cut it up and threw it away.
Exactly.
So tell us about the investment of a 12 by 12 pudding, right? Is that what they are? They're
12 by 16 for me.
12 by
Mhm.
16s.
Yeah.
What's the investment there? What's the planning that goes through? What's the process? Like, what was your vision? I understand the whole Legos and stuff. But.
Yeah, so again, a lot of panic. For me, I use ChatGPT, which I'd never used before.
We love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Big
I was like,
fans.
exactly. And this was 6 months ago, which is a million years ago in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
world. So I was
Yeah.
like, show me what a 12 by 16 looks like with IKEA Calyx units, right? And so I put
Yes.
together the vision of it. And then Amy very sweetly was like, that's great, but this is a really small space. And so for me, it was a lot of, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I have a great friend who came in from California and helped me. Kane used to merchandise Walgreens, set up Walgreens.
Okay.
Kane helped me set it all up. Thank goodness. 'Cause
Yeah, good
otherwise,
friend to have.
Exactly. And so we just put up the shelves and we bought a bunch of the IKEA units because they're great. And then just started putting things on there. I am a hyper fixator of Lego because obviously why would I start this otherwise? So I had a lot of older sets, and that usually is what really gets people's eyes, is just things they've never seen before in their entire lives. But then it turns out that there's all these like cool puzzles and cool board games, and like I know you all are Golden Girls fans, and
Yeah.
that was the first
How
one
did
that
you know
Amy
that?
bought. I did my research. But that was the first. Amy's like, I need that puzzle. So I try to get the weird things that most
Yeah.
people aren't going to have. You
That's
know?
so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
So do you
fun.
sell new and used?
Yeah, so we
Okay,
we
okay.
do new, used, and rentals. So
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
yeah, it's especially with Legos, which can be so expensive. Like the new, Dungeons and Dragons is $400.
Yes.
So you can pay about 10% of the price to come down and rent it from our Cary store, or we bring it up to McHenry.
Oh.
And we'll do that with puzzles and board games too, and then
fun.
swaps. We also
Yeah.
do the Sunday swap. So if you bring in a no longer loved puzzle or board game, you can get a new one for 20% off, or get one of our used for free.
Oh, cool.
So people are just coming in and throwing
Oh my
them in and
gosh,
out.
my grandma has so many puzzles that she's done, and they're just sitting there like waiting, you know?
Yeah, bring them in.
Cool.
We are a
Then we can
collector of
refresh
Clue
her
games.
puzzles.
Yeah, really. We're a
Yeah.
collector of Clue games.
Oh, I love Clue
We
so
have
much.
probably 30 of them. I think the oldest one is from 49 maybe or something. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
That
I'll have to
is cool.
start the Clue project.
I
and
love
sell
Clue. There's a lot of people who like Clue.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty popular game.
Yeah. They're just hanging out here. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do with it. But my aunt used to go to garage sales and stuff, and she would just, all of a sudden, we'd have one by the front door.
Yeah.
Like, here it is. And the oldest one, I think, was from 49. So
really
it's
Did you
pretty
play
cool.
them too?
We played them all. We keep talking about how we have to have a Clue night.
We gotta have
We
a
really
Clue
just
night.
want to bring them downstairs
Yeah.
and play all of them.
Yeah.
We have the DVD. We have there's a whole bunch of different ones. There's a CD. There's, so many different ones. And you can tell by the 90s, the 2000s, all the different types of, I don't know. It's neat. It's so cool.
Yeah, McHenry's having murder mystery.
Yes. We just
Yes.
shared that on our page. Yeah, that it's coming
so
up.
fun.
So every time they send off the be a part of it, I'm just like, should we do it? Should we try
I
for
know.
it? Should we?
Last year
And
she was like, I think I'm gonna. I was like, dude, do it. You know?
It's a
We
fairy
just-
tale.
Yeah.
theme, too,
Yes. It looks
this
so
year.
cool.
Oh, cool.
What else is going on? There's we have
Yesterday's.
Fiesta Days
Oh,
is coming,
yeah.
and Rise Up, right? Is
Rise
that part?
Up is in
yes.
September.
That
Yes,
is.
so
We've been
lots of
sharing all of that.
festivals
Like,
coming up.
see you there. We're
Yeah.
always, it's so neat.
Yeah,
I think-
Rise Up has some good people this
Amazing.
year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun. So fun. Okay, so how do you price out new, used? How does that tell us all about that as well?
So there's a whole brick economy for Lego, especially.
Yes.
So there's a couple of websites that I use, and I just look at what it's going for in the United States in the exact same condition, and that's what I try to price at. If anything is new in store, I try to price it at the exact same unless it's really, really hard to find, because I know that there's a market for somebody to come in and pick up the Red Dragon that you can find at literally any store in the world. I want them to be able to get that in a way that makes sense for their wallet. But I also know that there are going to be people who want to come in and see like Brickhead's cats, which are retired. Cats are super popular, right? So somebody's
I
going to
don't
pay
think
a
I've
little
ever
bit more
seen
for
a
that.
Lego cat.
Oh,
A tuxedo
My God.
cat or something she
Yeah.
just posted.
listen,
That
I've
looks
got
so fun.
3 different versions at my
Really?
store right now: tuxedo, gray, and orange.
Oh, the orange cat. The
Yeah,
orange cat.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's really about like being dialed in and understanding what the different pieces are for the used. So used, this is very nerdy, but there's something called brittle brown. So if you have really old Lego set, the browns, they snap because of the way that they
Oh.
made them. So if we have a used set, we got to go back through, pull out the brittle browns, put in the new browns, like those types of things.
Oh, neat.
And make sure that we actually understand the set is complete and not going to break as soon as somebody tries to
Right.
snap it together.
Oh, okay. And does that do something with the value then when you have to put the new browns in?
So the new browns, especially, not really.
Okay.
But if you think about something like a really old modular set, so you've probably seen the city sets, right? Like where
Yes.
somebody's got like some big building. There's one called the Green Grocer that's worth like $1,400.
Oh my gosh.
I know somebody bought it for $199. It's sitting in their grandmother's basement right now, and they have no
Stop.
idea.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
But you can't find those pieces anymore. So if they snap, you're out of luck.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes it's just like sourcing the pieces from some random guy you meet on the internet. I've done a
Yeah.
lot of like Lego drug deals
Yeah.
to find like a masonry 1x2
Oh
brick
my gosh.
Wow.
in
That's
sand
crazy.
green. Yeah, it's very strange and very, very fun.
When you sell, do you have to claim that you've changed out or that there's a piece missing, or how do you share that with your buyers?
Yeah, for the used, there's always a sticker on the back or a sticker in the box, and the sticker is essentially whoever certified it. So whoever from my team certified it. And then anything should know about the set. So there's no box or there is a box. The stickers are applied well or they're applied like crap. Or if they're new brown pieces in this case, or old brown pieces.
Wait, so you have somebody that like, you're like, okay, I just got all these Lego sets, put them together and make sure everything's there.
Yeah, listen, you should come down to my
Oh
Cary.
my god.
We will.
Yeah, it's like amazing and horrifying. I just interviewed a woman who she actually worked for somebody I bought from, and all she did was help this woman with her sets.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
What
and
a cool job.
You just, for an introvert especially,
Yeah.
like I really like it because my kids leave me alone, kind of,
Yeah.
and I can just check out and just sort sets, and it's
And look for brittle browns and
brittle
for
browns,
masonry
and-
green. and-
yeah, some sort of like a sand. If you can find a sand red, you're a fake Lego millionaire. So
Wow.
put that
Really?
in your pocket. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Everyone's looking right now. They're
No
like,
kidding.
They're like, is this real red or sand red? I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
how
They're
are the
going through their
feelings when
kid
someone
stuff.
walks into the store and you can just see them get so excited about what they're seeing at your store?
Yeah. So for me, it's really about how do we make sure that people are met where they are as human beings. And so I've had a couple of really cool experiences where, folks will come in on Fridays from the retirement home. They bust down and they're excited because there's a puzzle they've never seen before, and it's 300 pieces, which was what they can approach. But probably my favorite story is there was a little girl, and I think she was 5 or 6, and she walked in and she was wearing this space t-shirt. She couldn't find a Lego set she wanted. She didn't know what to do. So I said, oh, you know what? We just got these hover bikes in, these little tiny space hover bikes. I said, why don't you grab this? So it was $5.99, and she checked out and they left, and they came back 2 hours later, and she came back and she said, look, it's just like me. And I'm getting goosebumps. And she's like, look, it's just like me. And I like looked at her mom, and her mom said she's deaf. And this Lego has a cochlear implant just like she does.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so like out of all of these sets and all of the like hundreds of thousands of dollars we have, this $5.99 set made this girl feel like somebody saw her.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that just happens. And it's just so, it's, you know.
Well, I feel
I'm so
you've built
grateful.
that too because of being all inclusive to everyone. You have, we're aware of people with sensory issues or different things like that. That is just a really neat thing
we're
that you
we're
do.
working with Culture City, which is a organization, nonprofit in, I think they're down in the South, I think Alabama.
Okay.
And they certified the Lego headquarters, which is a big play space for sensory inclusive. So my kid doesn't do well with loud noises. Fight or flight just shuts down.
Sure.
And so we wanted to certify. So if you have a kid who maybe has some sensory processing or something along those lines who comes in, we have headphones they can wear. We have sunglasses if it's too bright. We have everything marked so you know if this is a loud area or a quiet area. We'll do that in the Cary space as well. And we'll have the sensory room down there so everybody can just kind of feel like maybe they do have a place where they can go hang out. So we really
wow,
wanna bring that
amazing.
feeling.
You have
Yeah.
repeat customers that come in and play?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Sensory room's not open yet, but hopefully soon. But yeah, we do have a lot of people who are just coming in and,
Incredible.
I was here last week. Yeah. it's
Wow,
really
what a
fun.
cool project.
Yeah. It
So
is
cool.
and so peaceful. Am I
Yes,
right?
it really is. Amazing. Amy, can you talk about your day-to-day at the chamber, please?
Sure, about the shops or just in general?
All you.
or
You.
Well, part of the retail incubator program is that we do, we start the program in January, and then all the way from there until April, we're doing workshops, discussion groups, one-on-one meetings but at least every 2 weeks or so. So we're very much creating a cohort amongst the shop owners too. And it's a beautiful thing to see what they have done. This is the social bumblebee of it. It's been just such a neat thing to see how they support each other. It's with pure honesty that they're giving feedback, or did you think of this? They empower each other too. So that's a really cool thing. So during that time frame too, they're making payments for their rent.
Sure.
Also, and then their rent is all paid before they open their doors.
Oh, that's so cool.
Too.
Yeah.
So they know with that ahead of time that we had set up the payment plans, and then they can go, once they open their doors, then they're just paying their electric fee every month.
Yeah.
And then other than that, they already got their rent paid.
Yeah.
There too.
And
So
I'm
they can
guessing
start
electric
thinking
is
about the
pretty
future.
low, right, in the smaller units?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have everything
Running that
efficient.
AC.
and-
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
sure.
because we like both the doors to be open ideally because it's very welcoming.
Right.
Come on in and stuff. So we let them, tell them to, crank it down, or in the summer or winter, crank it up, whatever you need to
Yeah,
do.
of course.
It's quite efficient and quiet,
I
actually.
did just find out that my unit has a turbo mode. So I've been using that to really cool it down. In there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just gets a little warm in there with all the people breathing and stuff.
Last
you gotta
week
cool
was
it
a
off.
killer.
breath.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so there is not a day-to-day that's the same at all at the chamber. Like today, I was building boxes. I was reaching out to people for Fiesta days. I was cleaning spider webs. And then now I'm here
Cleaning
doing
Doing a podcast.
So
She does,
you never know every day, which that's something I absolutely love. I don't want anything
Yeah.
that's monotonous or anything like that.
Yeah.
Amy will come down to the Riverwalk shops while we're all sitting there, and she'll be like, you can just see her getting like a paper towel or something out of her bag and just like wiping the windowsill or whatever. And I'm like, God, Amy's judging me right
Is it kind of your baby, like the whole area, right?
I mean, absolutely, probably a little bit
take
too
care
much
of you.
so. But we built it. I mean, we had to
Yeah.
raise the money to do it, and then we were there
Sure.
and building it. And that the whole last summer, looking back now, I'm like, I did give up my summer. I was there on
Yeah.
a Saturday in the parking lot when it was 100 degrees and staining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mad at boaters, because I could
Yes.
see them.
Oh,
Yeah, enjoying the weekend, and you were out
But it was
painting and
such a
staining.
bigger purpose
Yes.
that drove us to do that, and we did it. I mean, we built them in 9 weeks.
So
No,
how
that's
much?
neat.
How much was the total project to like build all of these? If you don't mind me asking.
No, I
don't
believe I
know.
have the numbers. It's $894,000
Okay.
and $50.
That was a huge amount to come up with,
yes.
right?
And then we had the roofing was donated, the siding, and they're all like carbon neutral. The shingle, but they're
shingles.
not shingles. They're actually
Oh,
Brava
okay.
tiles, and they last for up to 50 years.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, it's
Wow.
like the quality of quality. And then when we got to pick everything out, it was like your dream of what you'd want for your own home. Like
Right.
the floors that we picked and the stain.
They are
and,
so cute.
You know,
They are
everything
incredible.
there. So that was a lot of fun. And so it was really is kind of my baby.
So
And then they're all my babies too then.
Of
And
course,
watching
for
them
the
and
owners,
seeing-
right?
I
Yes,
mean,
of course.
Thinking how when I met them to
Yeah.
even now, and then can we believe, like when it comes November and I've met them a year ago, how much they've grown. They've grown 10 years in business.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the
So
focus is
cool.
for success, right? And then to
Right.
hopefully
The whole goal of the whole project initially was to fill empty shops in town. that were empty.
sure. Yes.
And then now, as we were building it, and the word was getting out about us, those people are coming in, different businesses, and
Right.
filling in
Right.
too. So,
Which I think is so cool about our mayor is that he wants no empty buildings. He wants everybody to be
Yes.
successful. He's a business owner in our area, and like he just wants to see us grow and be successful. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's like the only thing I know about him. You know what I
Right.
mean?
that's a
And
good thing.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
You've
yeah.
actually seen the
And
progress.
oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
yeah, so amazing. We always talk about that, just
Yeah.
how great we've grown in McHenry County, and all because
Yeah.
of him,
Um,
and everyone around. Of
What
course.
about we just saw him the other night at Foxhole Pizza?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
It's
they're coming on
back.
That's
next
the
week.
talk of the town.
We're so
Yeah.
excited. We were there for friends and family. It's amazing.
Yes.
It looks so good. It's so clean. The food
Food was
is
so
perfect. It's
good.
right on. Yeah, they're doing
Yeah.
a great job over there. Can't wait
Yeah.
to talk to them next week.
I
too.
know. I'm excited to have them on. Yeah.
So you have the incubator program.
Yes.
And then how many from the first season have gone on into the McHenry area? What are the stats there?
So there's 3 businesses that came together. Because it's
Oh.
not easy to go out on your own.
Right.
And so that was Hair Flex Extensions, Lumber and Twine, and Mad Sointus Candle Company. They actually came together and they created Shop 3430.
Oh, cool.
Which is
Yes.
it's on 120.
Yes.
Across from Jexel's, right at Green and
Yes.
120.
I just saw
Yeah,
that.
and they have
sign
an
there
easel
going, when
in the
did that
front, I
go
think.
there?
They have some kind
Yeah.
of easel, I think, or a tripod in the
Yeah.
front.
And they're open Thursday through Sunday.
Nice.
There. And then just 2 weeks ago, Trendseller, the skateboard shop
Yes.
there, they opened 1326 Riverside Drive, just right down the street from us there. And it's more than a skate shop. It's clothing, all the cool kids shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of course. So we need to get over there then. We need to get over there.
But they have women, probably more younger girls and, young men and stuff, which
What
we
are you
don't have
saying?
that
We're
in
not
town.
younger girls? All
Well,
right,
I don't
okay,
think
Amy.
I can fit in that stuff.
I'm thinking I don't fit in a youth extra large anymore.
Oh, shoot.
Like they use odd numbers probably.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
7
Oh,
and 9.
yeah. Well, I don't even know what that is.
So that's very exciting to see that. So 4 out of the 10 from the first year.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, that
awesome.
is amazing.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. So are some of them online shops that want to come in and try it and they just say, you know what, I'm going to stay with online, or, any kind of feedback there on the thought process after that?
Well, Jess was an online business,
Mm-hmm,
and then Atico Coffee and Tea, they were also online
Yes.
only. I believe Bright Nest too started as online only, or Etsy.
Yes. Oh,
That
sure,
way
sure.
too. And then they grew into that. Or then we have 2 that I recruited from. I volunteer at the Pearl Street Market,
Okay.
which is where we have vendors come out,
Yes.
and it's like a festival every Thursday night.
Yes.
And actually had recruited the Bumble Bread Company,
Oh,
Danny
yes,
from there, and then
yes.
Julie from Hair Flex Extensions for the
Cool.
first season. I recruited them from there, to, because I saw how busy they were.
Right.
Yeah.
I can, when we're looking at people, we're thinking, can their business survive outside of the Riverwalk shops?
Right,
We don't want
right.
just someone that's just going to be in there just one time and it wouldn't work.
Right.
We want to see a future for them in
Yeah.
town.
Now,
So
after
cool.
it's done or after the season is done, do they come back and meet with you and say, here's how I did? Do you know how they did? Or
Yes, so I
Do you
asked
ask
for
for them to
numbers.
share? Yeah, okay, you
so
do.
like for the
Okay.
first season, and we don't share individually. Just I want that
Of
big
course.
collective,
Right.
Of
number,
course.
right?
Yeah,
Because that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a wow.
Oh, yeah.
So the first season, we were only open 5.5 months, so it was a shorter season, and we did near $500,000.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
So we had our first one-on-ones a couple weeks ago, and so I was basing like the first 7 weeks, and this whole thing is 35 weeks, so it's
Okay.
a fifth, 20% of it. I didn't even plan it that way, but it worked out beautifully. And I mean, I'm crossing fingers and pushing that. I think we could do $1 million.
Yeah, amazing. Go shop, everybody.
Yeah.
So
Get your Christmas shopping started now. Trust me, you will thank yourself
yes,
later.
we did that. We did that. So, can you think of the businesses that are there now?
Oh, I sure.
Oh, can you roll them off for us?
Alphabetically or numerically? How do you want it?
Let's go alphabetically. No. However they go around in the...
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
right?
So number 1 is sitting right next to you, Jess, at the Pieceful Project. Number 2 is Danny at the Bumblebread Company.
Okay.
Number 3 is Luxury Nirandi at Kesh Jewelry.
Ooh.
Number 4, they do the permanent jewelry.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Atiko Coffee and Tea. That's Atik and Neshwa. Then number 5 is Lori at Preserved Peculiarities.
Wait, what's that?
That's a weirdo shop.
Oh, I
So
like weirdo shops.
oddities,
It's amazing.
taxidermy,
Yep.
things you've never seen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Ooh, I
Okay.
can't wait to go
I know,
now.
I
Now
know.
I'm really excited.
And then number 6 is a Shelby with a Bright Nest. Number
Okay.
7 is Debbie with a Vintage Mercantile. Then we have number 8, we have Marvin's Toy Store.
Oh, cool.
Number 9 is Edge Designs. That's Crystal. And then number 10 is Tim and Carissa with Patina Wine Shop.
Oh, so we'll stop at number 10
Yeah.
first, and then
And
we
then
go
work
around.
our way
Okay,
around.
all right.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
our
yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Well, and
Love it.
they also do tastings.
Ooh.
every other
I mean, that's why we
Saturday,
would
so-
stop
That's
there.
why
I'm
we'll
sorry,
start
we're
there.
shopping Saturday.
Then
Yeah.
we can
12 to
drive
3.
home by the time we get through it all.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
Sober up a little bit.
Are there plans to expand the
More shops?
Yes, more
No.
shops. Okay.
No, just
10's
to really,
perfect.
literally do it well.
For sure.
And because we first had the idea of the retail incubator program, putting the shops there, then the city of McHenry upped the ante and they redid the whole park.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. It's
So
beautiful.
as you may know, there is All Marines retro rentals in there, and a
Yes.
bar to the Retreat Beach Bar
Yes.
is in there too, which is a really cool thing.
I haven't
to
been there. Have you been there?
It's the setup one.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
container. It's a
Yeah.
container.
Oh, then
yeah,
yes.
we've
Then
been
yes.
there. Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
been there.
We've got permanent restrooms, which that's
Yeah,
a very
that's
exciting.
that's a
nice.
big thing.
That's
That's a big deal. It is.
And then also they bring in the Riverwalk Foundation brings in music every Sunday. So it's Summer Music Sunday. So that's a great time to visit too, because
So
they
you
have
guys
that from
got
1 to 4.
Thursday and Sunday, you got music around in town, right?
Oh,
Doesn't
you know
Thursday
it.
they have
Right, with the
right
Pearl Street
music
Market.
in the
Yeah.
park?
Yeah, and those are both free.
that brings in so many people.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's community, and it just feels good. And I mean, especially sitting out at Miller Point, and you're watching the
yeah.
music, and you see them in the amphitheater there, and they're playing. You see the boats coming.
Yeah.
Now I like
Too
the
cool.
boaters.
Now you
again.
like the
Right, because you're not staining. Yes. That job's done now.
Yes.
That was the worst when I was working at the gas station. They'll be pulling in with their boats and filling them up, coming in with their swimsuits, getting their ice.
And you have your button up. Yeah.
Yeah, so hot with my black slacks on.
Fans are going at your feet.
Yeah. Dang it.
With your black slacks
My
on.
black slacks.
So what's the dream? I always ask everyone this. What's next?
The dream is to get Cary off the ground and do really, really well at it. I was actually talking to somebody about this earlier, a tech vendor, and he was like, well, don't you want to scale this thing? And I said, you know, if I can be like a fake Lego millionaire, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But really what I want to do is I don't care as much about the online. I think I'm a person who will actually step back more from the online. What I care most about is creating the community. Can people
Yes.
come in? Can they hang out? Do they feel safe? Do they feel like it's a place where people are going to understand them, not like they're going to walk in and be like, ooh, I feel
Yeah.
weird in here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the dream. Like in 10 years or 20 years, are people coming in and they're like, oh, I remember I went here when I was a kid. Now I'm bringing my kids here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And we're learning these games together, and we know what a Pokemon is and why it matters and like all of these things. So that's the dream.
How long have you
Yeah.
been at the chamber?
I started in October of 2022. So almost
Okay.
2
okay.
years.
And what did you do before that?
Retail. I mean,
Oh, that's
I
right.
grew up working in retail, so I've done a lot of that, mostly Estee Lauder companies. I worked for like
Ooh.
18 years,
Wow.
and a lot of that was out in Las Vegas. I was born and raised in McHenry, and then I went to Vegas for 20 years,
Oh, wow.
and then came back here about 13 years ago. And then, like what we were saying about the different shops,
Yeah.
when I came back 13 years ago, it was not the McHenry I remember,
Right.
and it was sad.
Right.
Oh,
And
sure.
now, oh my gosh, this is a place to
'Cause
be.
what was
It
Yeah.
really is.
What was that place on Green Street? It was like the old like drugstore.
Bulger's Drugs, and now
Is
it's
that
a
what
bar.
it was?
Now it's
Yeah.
Bulger's Bar.
And you could
Oh, wow.
you could buy like old candy and stuff there, I feel like.
I know there was, what was it, just for you nuts?
Just for you nuts.
Remember across the street
That's
from
what
there,
I'm
next to
talking
Jackson,
about.
like where the Toast and Roast is now.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I remember
Wow,
being a
haven't thought
baby
about
for
that.
Halloween and getting like a full size diaper there in the 90s, like in 1990. Like you could find everything there. I mean, I think it was more a costume as
Yeah.
opposed to like department.
Wait, next to the candy? Like you get a
I think
dinner.
it was all in the same
Yeah.
shop.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. It was like a one-stop shop. Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Yes.
It
That's
is really
funny.
fun to see all the people coming in, especially from Chicago. You know, they're like, oh man, I grew up in McHenry. I hadn't been back here in 3 years. My parents
Yeah.
said I had to come back, and just seeing them, they're like, oh my God.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
neat. And all the parking now too. There's so much parking. I mean, there's a lot of people, but then just there's spaces to park, and you don't have to worry about going too far off and stuff.
Yeah, even St.
the whole
Patrick's
thing is
Day
neat.
wasn't terrible. To
Not at
park.
all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And I think we had 10,000 people.
I was gonna say there
Wow.
were
not
loads of
kidding,
people
because the
there.
years before had been 5,000, and I felt
Yeah.
like it was double.
Yeah.
And why not come here, especially with Scott? Why go all the way to the city? We've got
Yeah.
the
Right.
river. We've got,
I know.
all of the things.
I know
here.
somebody
true.
posted about the Green River on, I think it was TikTok, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, they do it in McHenry," and I was like, "Yeah,
Don't give our secret out.
they're gonna figure it out sooner or later."
What's your
so.
favorite festival that happens in McHenry? Or your favorite
Pearl Street
event?
Market is my dear. My kids have grown up there. They're market kids. I was pregnant with them there. Just that's such a feel good thing that that we happen each and every week. My childhood was Fiesta Days.
Yeah.
Like when I thought of
Yes.
the month of July or my childhood, Fiesta Days was always
Yeah,
in it.
you look forward to it every year.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
it's a little different working it.
Yeah.
But
Sure,
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always when you get behind the curtain or the background that it's a little bit
Yes.
different, but
Absolutely.
and
That's
have you
working at
lived in McHenry
restaurants.
County?
No, so I was born and raised in Michigan, and we moved here from Oregon probably 2 or 3 years ago now. So
wow.
we're down in Cary. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Where
so
did you
Close
live
to
in
the
Michigan?
shop.
I was born in Michigan.
I was born in Rochester Hills, and then
I like she puts up her mitten.
Damn
Yeah,
right I do.
yep.
And then
Yes.
I lived in Schoolcraft for a long
Okay.
time.
Bottom
Yeah.
left.
The thriving.
I was born in
metropolis.
East Tawas, which I believe is here.
You can tell you've been out for a while. You got the wrong hand up to start. And then
Here. I was born there. That was it.
you're like, and then I was
So you're
out.
east there.
Yeah.
And you were more in the middle.
South.
Central.
Yeah.
Or Michiana when you were
Have you
down
ever
there.
heard the Wisconsin people get really upset because it turns out they believe they also have a mitten state?
They do not.
Oh.
Thank you.
I feel like no.
No.
They believe they do, and they will fight about it with the
I
Michigan
could
people.
see why they think
the
that
peninsula
because
a little
the
bit?
lake, yeah. But no, they don't.
I know. I just think
It's
they're
more
jealous.
like a flower. What are these?
pitcher?
A pitcher.
Oh, now we're pissing off the Wisconsin
Sorry, we have a lot of
people.
Wisconsin people that listen.
It should be a
Cass said
poll.
that, not Meredith.
It's all right. I'm not on social media. You can hate me all you want.
Can you share the shop's address one more time?
Sure, 1202 Riverside Drive in McHenry. We're open Friday and Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 10 to 4.
Thank you. And can you share the Cary location
Yes,
soon to be?
we will be right in the Metro Station parking lot. So 27 Jandus Road, Unit A in Cary, and then Unit 1 at the McHenry Riverwalk shop.
And where can they
Yay.
find you online?
www. Just really dated myself there. thepeacefulproject.com. PIECEFUL.
Very good.
And then
Amazing.
Insta, Facebook are on there. You guys are on TikTok. That's too advanced for me. So I've not
I do
gotten there
TikTok.
yet. Woof.
I'm the TikToker.
Good for you.
TikTok.
TikToker.
TikToker.
Too confusing.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, thank
Amazing.
you. That was fun.
This was fun.
I'm so
It
excited
goes
to
so
go
fast
shopping.
the time. I know. I'm so
Let's go
excited. Wine
shopping.
first, then shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start
Save the
shopping
best for last
Christmas.
in what do you call them? What?
Cubicles?
Cubicles? Cubicle number one?
Unit.
Shop.
Unit.
Unit.
Shop. Unit.
Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Don't put 'em in
incubator,
a
cubicle.
cubicle.
I got all these words
Oh,
going in my
like,
head. It's been
wait
a
a
long
second.
day.
Ooh.
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah.